So let us deal with the next question, question number 9. A point traversed half the distance with a velocity v0. The remaining part of the distance was covered with velocity v1 for half the time and with velocity v2 for the other half of the time. Find the mean velocity of the point averaged over the whole time of motion. So if I consider this question like this, that we are considering it in a path AB. The particle is going from A to B. And I am taking that the distance AB is equal to 2D. So a point traversed half the distance with velocity v0. So till half the distance, till the distance d, I am taking that the velocity is v0. Now the remaining part of the distance was covered with velocity v1 for half the time and with velocity v2 for the other half of the time. So over here I can take that the distance d1 was covered with velocity v1 for half the time and the distance d2 was covered with velocity v2 for the other half of the time. So for convenience I am calling this point as C and this point as E, because we have already used D. So now if I start writing the equation for different aspects, so the first equation which I can write is V0 equals D by T1. Now T2 can be written as D1 by V1 and T3 can be written as D2 by V2. Now from the question I can say that T1 is equal to D by V0. This is becoming my first equation. And since the question is saying the remaining the part of the distance was covered with velocity v1 for half the time and with velocity v2 for the other half of the time, so I can say that the time t2 and t3 are same. So I can write the equation d1 by v1 is equal to d2 by v2. So this is becoming my second equation. So from here we can say that the total time can be written as T1 plus T2 plus T3, which we write it as capital T equals D1 by V0 plus D2 by V0. I am writing capital D purposely as D1 by V0 plus D2 by V0, and then we get D1 by V1 plus D2 by V2. So over here we can express our equation in terms of D1 and D2 as D1 1 by V0 plus 1 by V1 and D2 1 by V0 plus 1 by V2. So we get this equation for the total time. Now the average speed can be written as the total distance covered by total time taken, which we have already evaluated. Now from this equation, from the second equation, we can write it as d1 by v1 equals d2 by v2 equals k. So d1 can be written as v1k and d2 can be written as v2k. So if we substitute all the calculated equations, that is this is the V average equation, this is what we are going to substitute to get our answer in terms of the velocities v1, v2 and v0. So if we substitute these values, we obtain the equation that V average equals 2d upon d1 1 by v0 plus 1 by v1 plus d2 1 by v0 plus 1 by v2. And then on substituting the values which we evaluated, the V average can be written as 2k v1 plus v2 K V1 1 by V0 plus 1 by V1 plus V2 1 by V0 plus 1 by V2, and on solving we can eliminate K. We write it as twice of V1 plus V2 upon V1 by V0 plus 1 plus V2 by V0 plus 1. And the final answer we obtain as 2V0 V1 plus V2 upon V1 plus V2 plus 2V0. V1 plus V2 plus 2V0. So this is how we solve this particular question. It is important that we eliminate the portions which are not given in the question. So that is why we have framed multiple equations to solve this particular question in a very simpler way. So let us